The time loop was severed at last. The endless struggles. I'm gonna mute this stream because copyright reasons. But yeah, the endless struggle that raged over 2,000 years. The endless struggle that raged over 2,000 years has ended, and peace prevailed once more. The light of the four crystals restored the forces of wind, water, earth, and fire. It was a mere trick of fate that had given risen to the chain of Garland's wrath, but magnified by the forces meant to guide our world. That trick of fate also gave birth to the fiends. By magnifying the four forces meant to guide our world, the trick of fate also gave birth to the fiends. Monsters had ran rampant as the world sank into darkness. But all that is now past. With the four forces flown as they were meant, the warriors prepared to cross time and return to the world they knew, a world where Princess Sarah, Queen Jalen, and even Garland himself awaited. When was their fateful day that sent time spiraling into a loop? No, none can say. It seemed the cycle in which time had fallen would last forever, but the bravery of four young travelers changed that. They took the forces that filled the world with darkness and used them to bathe the world in light. None will ever recall the struggles the four endured, for the breaking of the chain means that it never existed. But within the tales of the fantasy the people tell, the memories of their deeds live on. Tales of dwarves and elves, of the dragons and the shining civilizations that reached for the heavens even as they fell. And now their return is upon us. With the memories of their struggles buried deep in their heart, they will quietly watch over our world. Remember always that the forces of the world must be used as they were intended, that the power of light must never be used for dark, and that the true crystals reside in your hearts, for you are the warrior who crossed time. You are the bringer of light. So this kind of gets into 14, but you are literally, well, I mean, it starts here, but you are the warrior of light. Like that's the whole idea. 14, in my opinion, does it a little bit better. But that's just my opinion. It definitely makes the warrior of light. They flushed out. They took all of the past Final Fantasies, right? They flushed out a beautiful story in 14, and it's really great. They took everything from the past and they did better. They gave it a great story. 10 out of 10 on that. But we did it. We did it all. Is that the end? Okay, I was like, I didn't want to do anything until like the screen changed. Okay. Uh, yep, that is the end. But let's see if it's still playing music. It is. Uh, Skip. uh, Override, yes. No. Yes. All right. There we go. Prophecy foretold. Defeat chaos and restore peace to the world. I wonder if it... New Game Plus, anyone? Oh, no, it just takes us right here. Alright. Turn to the title screen. And with that, we have beaten Final Fantasy 1. Okay, so... I honestly foresaw him using that hill again and it just being a non-stop, we're going to dwindle him down, burn through our potions and all of that. And it just being a recycle. It's why I was like, maybe I need to grind levels, but not level 50 is where we did it at. So I'm very happy. Which means I now can change my schedule because the whole thing with Eden Zero was, yeah, there's a lot of side quests on it, but I didn't want to start what new games I'm going to be playing until Final Fantasy 1 was done because the games I think I'm going to like compile into one day is Pokemon Scarlet and Final Fantasy 2. We might do it a little bit differently, but because also we might be bringing in Star Wars Force Unleashed, or I might be doing Star Wars Fallen Order and Survivor. It's a Star Wars game. So those are the three games I'm looking at bringing in, but we might take off Monday as a rest day. It was kind of there for like when I was doing double the streams. So we might just keep it individually on its own, like Monday Final Fantasy 2, Tuesday Pokemon Scarlet, Wednesday ESO, Thursday Division, Friday not Elden Ring, Star Wars. Wait, right? Yeah, so Monday, Final Fantasy. Tuesday, Pokemon. Wednesday, we'll say Star Wars. Thursday, ESO. Friday, Division 2. Yeah, that works out. But that is kind of a rough guess estimate. I'll have to come back later this week and scratch it all out. But that is what we're in the future for. So, with that said, we'll raid out. I really doubt anybody's playing Final Fantasy 1, but It can't hurt to look. Uh, the problem is when you, yeah, no. Everybody has like just Final Fantasies, so we have 14. We have I don't know what game he's on. Yeah, we there's a lot of 14 and random other Final Fantasy games that I don't know anything about. So, and I'm trying to stay away from spoilers. So, uh, we'll see if we can raid one person. Nope, he has it disabled. So, uh, well then, thank you all for coming in. Thank you for joining me on the end of this wonderful journey, and it's been a blast. I honestly kind of want to get into Final Fantasy 2 right now, but I got things to do. Still looking for a job and all of that happy stuff, so I got to get up and do that. But I'll get a schedule out here relatively soon with next week. Uh, Set up games and all of that. So look forward to that. But your three games are going to be Pokemon Scarlet. We're just going to do a typical run. I started with the new one because it's the one I haven't really played all that much. I'm not blind to it. I just didn't spend a lot of time with it. I didn't beat the game, to be honest, but I'm not blind to it. I know a good amount. Final Fantasy 2, and like I said, I'm debating on Star Wars Fallen Order to start off or Star Wars Force Unleashed, and we'll do those back to back. So if I do Fallen Order, I'll do Survivor, and then we'll pick a different game. And then if it's not Fallen Order, it will be Force Unleashed. We'll go through that, and then we'll follow up with Star Wars Force Unleashed 2. Continue the story. But yes, thank you all for coming out. I appreciate it. You all have a lovely day, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for some ESO. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.